holidays, Cancer. Hi, it's Athena, and welcome back. All right, we are ready. Last month of the year. 2018 will be done, and we're walking into a new year and great stuff waiting for us, right? We've done the work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, like I did in November, that's Zeus. He says happy holidays to you guys. I'm trying to fix the camera. Okay, so I'm going to use the Gaia cards for the summary like I did in November. I'm going to do the general using the Tarot of Dreams, 3 left, 3 right. I'll do some clarifying, and then what I'm going to do is something a little different. I'm going to take it from December on the left side here, and I'm just going to keep spreading the cards through to like the beginning of January, okay? I use the Ascended Masters cards and, of course, the Romance cards, okay? So let's see what we got for beautiful Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of, let's put that down. Okay, for December 2018, final month of the year. I also want to make sure, just really quick, these cards, these cards are also, when they go into the new year, I just kind of want to reiterate how, how far we've come. That's what the progression is what we're going to be looking at, and where you've been, how hard you've worked this year. If anything, you need to be proud of all the accomplishments and all the lessons that 2018 has taught us, right? And to go into and move into the new year really positive with a great outlook on, okay, so let's be excited now. Let's be excited about what are the lessons that we are going to work into the new year, right? It's kind of like, instead of having a resolution, I like to look at my new year as, okay, so what have I learned this year? Have I learned my lessons? What went down, right? Stuff like that. Okay, so that's really what, how I like to look at my end of year. It's more about the progression and not necessarily making crazy, making crazy New Year's resolutions for what, right? Okay, all right, that one totally flipped over. Okay, so Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It looks like you are looking on past losses that you're going to go through this loss, or you are going through this now, where it's a reflection. Look at how she's looking. It's totally a reflection of where you've been, and it's also rejuvenating yourself after this, because after an ending, there always comes a new beginning, right? So she's looking back at, and she is reflecting on how far she's come. Of course there's grief. Of course there's sorrow. She's really taking inventory. She's really thinking about her life, and the aspects of her life I'm getting where she suffered. It's not the wounded warrior. This is more kind of like trying to reflect and trying to really, Cancer, you guys are trying to really get it together, right? Get it together and grow. Okay? All right, let's see how your cards come out with this. It could also be like a physical loss of someone, a loved one. So if that is true and you're grieving over a loved one and sad, and I do want to reach out and say I'm so sorry to all of you who are going through that literal loss of someone as far as transitioning to the other side, if that is the case. Whatever it is, however, loss is loss. It's just loss, right? It's grief. You can't deny that, whether it's a divorce or whether it's just something that was very special to you and is gone, right? Whatever that means to you. Let it resonate. If it doesn't, please, the moon and rising sign is definitely the way to go. You don't have to get crazy about these readings, okay? Let whatever works for you speak to you, right? Like another thing, when the cards flip out, if this card, you take this card as something, another meaning to you, you should take that meaning because you're hearing it a different way. You're looking at it a different way. Okay, we have the King of Wands. So some of you Cancers are dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, here you go. Here's the loss, the Tower. Okay, so this could be having a Tower moment with a King of Wands. If it's not, and it's your moon and or rising sign, it could be that you kind of know it's coming. I feel that when I'm holding this card. I feel like you know that it's coming if it hasn't happened already, okay? I need to just make sure that you know you were kind of hanging in limbo and now it's happened, right? So in the month of December, it looks like it is a love situation. Ace of Cups is reversed. We have the Virgo, which is an earth sign, but I believe, honestly, this is reflecting back on the loss of love. A loved one, a divorce, a literal physical loss to someone on the other side. And this is exactly why this card came out, because you are reflecting. She is in huge reflection. Looks like this is the King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but to me, this feels like it's a divorce that is being finalized. That's how it feels to me. Again, if that doesn't resonate with you, it's okay. All right? Don't take, if you see something else, then that's what you see. All right? That's how it goes. All right. Now, it looks like we do have on the bottom of the deck, we do have an earth sign, which is the Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus individual. So you're dealing with an earth sign, an air sign, and fire. That's what you're dealing with. So you're water, Cancer. So it looks like if this is one of these elements could be your moon or rising sign, right? So take that into consideration. However, the theme of your reading is that there is a towering moment where loss has happened and now we need to pick ourselves back up. And the only way to do that is to take time out right here. Take time out and gather your thoughts and reflect on this loss and see what that actually listen to what the universe is trying to tell you about this. Because with every ending does come a new beginning, right? So something has taken place. It could feasibly be a Virgo because you do have the Hermit card here. Okay? All right. So I'm being told to look at the cards. How did we get to this Tower moment? All right. So let's do that because I do usually that. I did that in November as well. So let's look at that real quick. We had a karmic cycle that looks like that had ended. You were trying, and you are trying to look at the bigger picture. Here you are, front and center. Cancer, you guys thought there was a victory after someone walked away or you walked away from something. Because after the Eight of Cups comes, right, the victory. So maybe you're happy about this separation. There were some things that you clearly found out about or used your intuition about. It's the High Priestess. And then we kind of were in our head about it. But then I think you got out of your head and into your heart center and realize that if this indeed is that you walked away, you're happy about it, even though you are reflecting. If it's not you that walked away, Cancer, then it's someone else, and this is clearly a blessing in disguise. A karmic ending has happened here, okay? And of course, a new beginning will happen. Okay, so to the left here, we will take 3 clarifying cards to talk about what happened. Right, okay. So, karmic ending, once again, the wheel's gonna turn. There it is, there's the ending. Okay. A rebirth, beginning, starting over. I'm gonna take one more card here. Starting over, it is a family situation. So it feels to me like some loyalty issue transpired in a family unit, and that was the end of that. Okay? A new beginning, a cycle's going to a closing of one door and an opening of another. Okay? So with the Ace of Cups reversed, the King of Swords, and the Hermit, excuse me, let's see. Someone wasn't being truthful about something and you found out. There you are. Yeah, here you are, front and center. You came out and said, yeah, that's right. That's what happened. You wanted peace in a situation, and you knew that the only way that you were going to... Actually, I just noticed in this card, there is not only the deer there, but up above is a lion. So this lion is like a peaceful, but it's kind of like you had you were silently taking into the situation, and kind of being that, like, kind of like how you're not ready to pounce on anyone because you know something was going to happen. So because you knew it was going to happen, you didn't take any, like, you didn't pounce on it. You just let it happen, right? Someone was, I hear, digging their own grave. Not literally, of course. Someone did walk away, okay? And I am going to take one more card. So the walking away happened in love, yes. Okay? All right. So now, that's where we're at, right? Where we're at is reflecting in December, major reflection about something that I'm feeling was actually a long-standing, like 10-year potential marriage and or relationship that has come to an end, okay? Maybe you're waiting on the divorce to be finalized. Maybe you just started the papers, but I'm feeling that you're grieving. It's like you're moving into December with this heavy on your heart, okay? You know you have to start over, and this was a karmic situation, okay? But I'm hearing you kind of knew it. You kind of knew it. It doesn't, even though that tower's there, if this is a divorce, you knew it was going to happen. You were just waiting for it to happen, to go down. If it's something different that happened and, someone walked in the house and said, I'm out, that could be the tower opposite, like a shock factor. But I don't feel that with the hangman there. I really feel that this was a family unit, that it was just crumbling and finally just, we're done. Right? Someone is going to gain some money off of this situation, obviously. Someone is going to have abundant prosperity through this divorce as well. I see it as a divorce, and that you are really reflecting on this, kind of like thinking, now what? That's what now what? That's how I'm feeling. Like, now what? What do I do? Okay? So, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take these cards. Okay? So, we're dealing with the elements of fire. I think it's fire and earth Cancer, more so than anything. So, I'm going to stick with what I feel. Okay, I'm putting these cards up here, And now I'm going to just start with this deck. We're going to start and we're going to progress into the new year from where we're at. Okay, let's just keep it going. So we are fearful about moving forward, right? So we keep looking back. The universe is asking you to have faith and know that everything happens for a reason. It does sound cliche, however, forgiveness is necessary in this situation. It is my Three of Swords in reversed, and that is a forgiveness card. The Nine of Swords is, you know, you're just in your head a lot about it, and you're scared. You're scared to move on. So, you know, you're not sleeping well. The universe is asking you to have faith, and forgiveness is everything. Okay, now it looks like we have the Queen of Wands. So we have Leo, Aries, Sag. So I think that you are dealing with a fire sign who had potentially many options. You kind of were confused about what was going on, or that person had a lot of options, right? I feel like someone had a lot of options and just basically just was brutal about wanting to leave. This is really grief. This is grief and sadness for sure. It is. And you have been in a very despondent mode of being, and you're trying now to, into December, you're trying to find some solace, finally trying to come to terms and acceptance of this and resurrect yourself. Maybe focusing on getting some projects done and underway, right? Maybe starting to say, okay, so let me put my focus somewhere else, because the pain is really too deep. You know, that Ten of Swords, when it hits you like that, it's very, yeah, it's hurtful. So in mid-December, you're going to come out of this working on kind of just like, I want to focus on my work. I don't want to think about my pain. I don't want to be sad. I want maybe to take a little trip, or I'm waiting for maybe someone to come in. But I think that you're focusing on work and you want movement in some projects. This is the Chariot. So the Three of Wands, you're looking out into your future in mid-December, mid to late December, and saying, okay, you know, I've got to move forward. I have to still reflect, because you are going to still be in that sadness mode, but you're trying to get out of it, right? Yeah, and you now want to just really move forward in your life. And you're going to move quickly, because you have, look at this, you have 3 movement cards in a row. You know, Three of Wands, Chariot, and Eight of Wands. You're totally wanting to move forward now by the end of December. Page of Swords coming in. You may be just kind of talking and thinking to yourself about what's transpired. You know, going within led you to become, you know, you're resurrecting yourself, so to speak, right? You're learning to keep your thoughts positive and heal. All right, so that's good. So let me pick one more card. Yeah, there you go. In your home, you're going to be beginning to build a new foundation for yourself. That is beautiful. So you are going to be starting the new year, the first week of the new year, you're going to be healing and working on, you know, on being a better version of yourself. Getting yourself out of this, just resurrecting yourself. That's what I hear. I hear that loud and clear. You're going to be resurrecting yourself, building a new foundation on solid ground, unlike where you came from. Okay? I'm going to pick another one. Yes, I am. There it is. you see it. You can see it. You have the direction that you want to go in. You are going to start really focusing on that in the new year. Yep. You say, "Yep, I got it. I got this now. I have resurrected myself and I am very clear. I'm very clear about where I've been and very clear about where I'm going. I've had loss, grief, sadness, and now it's time for me to focus on me." That's beautiful. All right, Cancer. That's great. It is your time. It's your time to say no more to all the crap that you've had to undergo. And you are, and sorry, but I have to do that. I just saw the card, hold on. As I was closing up the cards. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say, I'm going to tell you it was victory at the end of that journey. Okay, so let's see what the Ascended Masters say for your December 2018 reading, final month of the year. It looks like, Cancers, that you have been doing a lot of work, and you are going to now be focusing on yourself instead of always feeling like you have to be fixing everyone else. You're not going to do that anymore. Emotionally, financially, and spiritually, it's all about you this coming year. It's about what you've learned, and now you're going to positively move into a new direction. As solemn as that may look right now, the best thing that you guys could do, Cancers, is reflect and learn from this. Definitely. And grow and heal. I mean, this is what, karmically, that's what, so now you're going to, prioritize your life. Now what more things are more important for you? Healing is important for you. Working on yourself and not giving so much of yourself to others, because you guys can be like that, which it's not like the other signs aren't, but you guys feel everything in your hearts. So now it's time to manifest your life. Now it's time to take back your life. And the forgiveness is going to come when you're able to, maybe that person that we're talking about that you've suffered the loss from is going to, kind of get their point of view. Just look at their point of view. It doesn't mean that it's actually to enable you to see the other person's point of view and change your perspective. That will enable you, Cancer, to forgive. Okay? That works in the forgiveness cycle of life anytime. If you can see the other person's point of view, then it gives you more love and compassion for what has transpired. Okay? So now you're taking control of your life, balancing your life out, and you can see, look at this card and look at this card. Look at how they're not looking at each other. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But the cards are that they're reflecting. Both of these faces are reflecting. They're reflecting. She looks like she's looking back, and she looks like she's looking forward, right? She's looking forward to a brand new life. You may feel like you're a little shielded. The walls kind of have gotten built from that last draw, but it's going to be okay, because you're going to heal and find peace within yourself, and definitely forgiveness. There it is. The peace just came out, as I said. Must forgive in order to find that peace and resolve within yourself, your heart center. And then you let it go. You find peace, you find forgiveness, you give peace, you give forgiveness, which will give you, in turn, the peace back, right? And then you let it go. And then you move on. and you purify. Exactly what rejuvenation, resurrection, drinking a lot of water, saging, journaling, going by water, or taking saltwater baths, whatever makes your body and yourself a better version. So that means going back to basics and really eating healthy and doing things for you. Purifying your soul, body, mind, and soul, right? In every way. Becoming you. Becoming the best you that there is. Okay? And then you're going to start working some magic. You're going to be working on projects and going forward. Just make sure that you're persistent in your work. Okay? Be persistent on what your goals are and what your accomplishments have been. And you will have this positive change coming right to you. Again, this face of reflection looks the same. Looking back and looking forward. The sun's behind her here, and now she's going to be very happy within her new self. Gosh, Mercury retrograde really got me there. Okay, so there's another wheel here, as you can see. So this was a karmic cycle that had to end, you guys, okay? But it is building you with all losses and any kind of loss that really hits really hard. It is about building your character. It's building yourself to become the best version that you can be. It's through chaos comes resolve. You know, it becomes very clear to you. It's going to become very clear to you in the end of December and into January how much work and how much you are going to progress within just December to January. Okay? Let's look at what situation now we're looking at. It looks like we may be contemplating or reflecting on our finances. We're going to be going to our friends for help and asking them to help us to allow you to keep a positive attitude and be playful and mindful of how important it is, Cancers, to love yourself first, okay? Life is a playground, okay? Life is a playground. Some of you may find someone that makes you feel childlike, or you're just going to get together with friends and have fun, okay? All right. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. There you go. So there could have been also a codependency issue in a relationship. So obviously there were issues of someone's relying on someone else, right, for something, whether it be, you know, financial stability or codependent in some fashion of codependency, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional stability, whether it's, you know, I've been with him and or her for so many years, I have no idea what I'm going to do with myself all alone. But you will be fine, Cancer, if that is the case. Or, you know, look at her, she's reflecting. Everything is about reflection. Everything. Cancers, that's what it's all about this month for you. And now, once you do your work, you may meet or already have met someone new who's going to come to you via angels. Those angels are behind this girl. And she's thinking, and she's been doing her work. She's done her due diligence, you know? And now it's time for her to reap the rewards of that. So that's exactly what this is. When one door closes, another opens. When you get out of a codependent situation, the universe gifts you with a new love. Okay, so be mindful of that. If it's not going to happen right away, but it's going to happen. It says it right here. And this issue could involve children, be it yours or doggies. There's 2 doggies in here as well, so it could either be two doggies and or like these are your kids. They're going to be fine too, because what happens is when love is shown and forgiveness, when a loss happens and children are able to see that you're loving yourself again, that you're getting out of a codependent situation, and that you're taking your life back into your own hands, cancers, and you're saying, hey, wait a second, I'm reflecting on what has happened. I'm going to be a better person, and I'm going to show my kids that how love really, pure love, is going or should look like, right? It's every love is different for us, but it's important for children to see that love for self is the most important. Compassionate love for self is important. And when your kids see that you care about yourself more than you care about, this codependency issue, and that you've been in it just way too long, and now it's time, and it just had that foundation needed to be done. The karmic contract was over. It now has to move forward to make you the best version that you can. Make the effort on yourself, make the effort with your children to, again, kids right here, make the effort with your kids to do things with them, to go out with them, to enjoy and be playful, and show them how compassionate you are for not only yourself, but for your kids, right? And you do deserve love, Cancer. See? The arrows are pointing, Venus is pointing the arrows at you once all of this, look, once all of this settles, all the water settles, and now you're going to be going with the flow. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel different. You're going to feel growth. You're going to literally feel how much and how far you've come. You're going to feel it, because that kind of movement in this water is progress. You have taken time to make the effort to love yourself, no longer being codependent on anyone for anything. Even if that means, Cancer, that you had to, financially you had to take a hit. It doesn't matter, because the most important thing is that you deserve love. Okay? And there you go. The new love's going to come in, and it's going to be a soulmate love. It's going to be a love that is passionate and humbling. I see humbling in this card. I feel very much at peace when I see this card. A very humbling soulmate coming in to, I hear, rescue you. Rescue you from all the sadness. I'm going to take one more card, and this is it. And this soulmate, and that's why I felt that pure love with this soulmate as romantic love instead of that, hot and chemistry and passionate love, which clearly there will be all of that. This is a new person entering your situation in either in December, mid to the end of December into January, okay? So wait for it. Wait for it. We also had that, if you recall, we had that, we did have the Hangman. So wait for it. And make the effort to become your better self, okay? This is the time of year where we look back, literally look back to where we've been and where we're going, okay? If there is a codependent issue, it has now gone into a situation where it's a karmic ending, and you start a whole new beginning and a fresh beginning based upon what? Based upon the love that you have for self. It's the most important love that you can give is to yourself first, because then the law of attraction takes over and hands you this beautiful new love that is going to be a representation of all the work that you've done and how you've progressed. You're going to be like in awe, because there's going to be no more, codependency, okay? Whether it was you or the other person doesn't matter. That codependency, any kind of addiction, cannot survive anything like that cannot survive. Okay? So Cancer, I wish you a very blessed and safe holiday season. I want to also just reach out and say thank you to all of my subscribers. You have shown me such love throughout the year, and I cannot thank you enough with words. How blessed I feel, and I really am so grateful. Okay, so thank you all. Have a great holiday. If there is anyone needing any guidance during this period of grief and sadness, please don't hesitate to reach out, either through my email and or phone. Okay, you can text me, what have you. Everything, all the information's down below. If not, it's in November also, and all my months. Okay, all right. Be blessed, and I'll see you next month. Bye.